everybody, welcome to the news desk. Maria Bartholdi hanging out with some of the best players in the game right now. Going to find out a little bit more about each of them. Let's start off here. Corey Baumeister, #1 standard player in the room this weekend. Must feel pretty good on Team KMC Genesis. We've got Javier Dominguez, only the current reigning world champion on Haruya Sword, and Corey Burkhart down there on Grixis, the Grixis Control Master. That's kind of how I think of you.
Why are you giving away my PT deck already?
Sorry, not trying to. And of course, always the second best hair in the room, to Reed Duke. So some awesome players here at the desk with me. And we're going to start things off by talking kind of about your origin stories, you know, kind of like your Batman or another superhero or something like that. Let's start down here and just tell me a little bit about how you got started playing the game.
Well, I was 14 years old. I was sitting on my kitchen table playing Yu-Gi-Oh! With my dad, and we loved the game, absolutely loved it. And then my brother came in, and he's like, okay, put that aside. We need to play Magic the Gathering. It is awesome. My dad was like, you know, I don't have time for another game. Brad taught me the game, and I mean, the rest was history. Started going to tournaments and was immediately hooked.
All right, how about you, Javier? How did you get started playing?
Yeah, well, I was just on a family reunion, and my cousin came up with like a game of cards. Like the pictures were like, you know, good skeletons, Pegasus, and he just taught me the game, and you know, I've been playing since then.
Was it an immediate reaction from you that you loved it?
Yeah, I found fun like since the first game.
How about you, Corey Burkhart?
I had a similar reaction to Corey, actually, where I grew up playing cards with my dad. I was playing different strategy card games at the time, and then all of a sudden I sort of had a big break in one of them, and all of a sudden I was making different friends in that game, and one of them was like, dude, you're really good at this. You should try to play Magic. Have you ever tried Magic before? And I was like, you know, I never really got into it. There was one point where I thought about playing Exalted Angel was like the coolest card, so I bought 4 of them and then just never used it. And then he was like, I think it would improve your game at this also. And then I started drafting on Magic Online, and all of a sudden I was like, oh wow, this is a lot harder. The players of this are a lot better. And what fueled me was the competition. So, you know, I was playing a lot more Magic Online than I was of these other games, and then I found myself 2 years later going to PTQs 3 weekends out of a month, and I don't know, I got lucky enough that I get to hang out with you guys now as many weekends a year as possible, so.
Did you also beat your dad very badly to start?
I'll keep it clean for his sake.
Okay, good, smart.
Was it the competition for you that was kind of your initial first love of the game, or was it something else?
No, it was very much competition. Card games especially were always a huge part of my family. I mean, we started with Phase 10, you know, moved on to Uno. You know, like, the competition side has always been something that has driven me in kind of everything I've done. And Magic was really an outlet that I got to focus kind of all that competitive spirit into one thing when I realized I wasn't good enough for sports, you know.
How about you, Javier? What was it that first attracted you to Magic?
Well, I just like playing with other people since the beginning, and I also had my cousin, which was like 7 or 8 years older than me. So whenever we'll play like a mind game or a strategy game, he will obviously be like better than me since I was younger. So I always had like a challenge next to me. So as soon as I keep growing, I will just improve my challenge, range. And yeah, until here.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you all so much for sharing your origin stories with us.